This episode is sponsored by Good American. Good American's Always Fits jeans are so great. They're so comfortable and they have so much room for your body changes, like whether you're just eating a lot that day or, you know, us girlies, we just go through it. Depends on the time of the month, what our body looks like, what it feels like. And with the Always Fits jeans, it is going to form no matter how your body is changing. Shop now at goodamerican.com. Use promo code ONLYFRIENDS for $50 off your first pair. Don't forget to select podcast at checkout and choose our show to let them know we sent you. Welcome back, Only Friends.
Welcome back.
Or to Only Friends. Welcome back, Only Friends. Welcome back, us. Again, just a little we were pre-recording a couple days early, so just so you guys know, if anything crazy happens over the weekend.
Then we didn't speak about it on purpose.
Yeah, we don't care at all. We literally don't care at all. I need to move this camera. Give me 1 second. Much better. Much better.
There we go.
I'm a little conscious because it was either 1 or 2 comments on our last podcast were like... Because it was when I was talking about the story about the pajamas, like the TikTok pajamas.
Okay.
It was like, Carly never gets stories right, and it really is frustrating. Or like,
why? What happened?
I mean, here's what happened for me is like I saw it like 10 minutes before I left, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Didn't like do too much digging. So like that's my fault, I guess. Maybe I shouldn't bring it up unless I like do my digging. But I also just have this insecurity of like I just when I'm on camera or nervous, it's like hard for me to come up with words and finish my sentences correctly.
I feel like you do a good job doing that.
I don't.
I think you
really
do. I feel like the comment probably was just because the
story.
Yeah.
I know, but I do feel like I do that a lot. Like I'll get the gist of a story, but then it's like some of it's wrong or something.
Yeah.
So
I think you just don't like care enough to, it's like, it's not that you don't care. It's just that you're like, oh, this is the information.
yeah. I know I need to dig a little deeper. Not that it was like a whole story, but
of course.
We were just giggling
about it. I then wound up seeing it on my feed.
I saw something interesting. Someone commented, I guess the reason people were so upset was because they were using the exact same like pajama type as they sell on Amazon for like $20 or something like that.
Well, I went on to look up because I'm like, I don't know what the fuck Raycon is. Like, is that a good fabric? Like, I don't know. But so the one, Modal, the one that Victoria's Secret uses, I'm like, this is really soft. Skims uses that too.
Oh.
So I was like, maybe Raycon is terrible.
Yeah. It was. Remember, I looked it up and it was like,
yeah,
has toxic stuff.
Yeah, but like everything does.
No, I know.
So that's I'm like, I don't know what that means. I just mean in terms of like texture, feeling.
I know. I really want to buy more pajamas. Like I don't. Oh, actually, I have something to tell you, and you're going to be so shocked by it. And obviously, or not obviously, but honestly, maybe a little taken aback because it's so against what you do.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I slept with a fucking sweatshirt on the other night. It was the craziest thing I've ever done.
I feel like you do that anyway. Or is it Nolan who does that? No,
Nolan does it.
Oh, okay. I was like, I've heard this before.
No, I usually sleep in like a long t-shirt and like underwear, and that's it. Too fucking cold, and I put it on knowing I was gonna take it off. I was like
a hoodie?
It was a crew. Yeah, a fucking sweatshirt crew.
A crew neck.
Wait, whatever. It was that Rampart one. I wore it yesterday.
I don't know.
On the pod. Wow, you don't remember my...
Oh, the gray one.
You do remember.
I remember, and I was like, what is that?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Something thrifted. But it was so cozy. I kind of loved it. I was like, this is great. But I think like if the heat was to be turned on, like...
Yeah, you probably needed it because it's so cold in your house.
So fucking cold.
What do you think you're sleeping at?
I mean, Nolan says sometimes he'll get up and it says like 62 in the house.
That's insane.
Yeah. But he can't turn it on because I'm still sleeping and I'll roast.
But even if he puts it to like 65, it's not going to get warm.
It will get hot up there. I'm telling you.
No
Yes,
way.
it will because it's pushing hot air.
AC, like...
It's every unit in my condo. It's the same. Everyone complains about the same thing.
I don't believe it.
The upstairs.
You get your stories wrong. You don't do enough research.
Yeah, fuck
I'm going to do an experiment.
And do what?
I'm going to turn the AC on at 64 degrees and see if it gets hot in your bedroom.
You mean turn the heat on?
No, I'll just keep the AC on at 64.
Oh, the AC.
Yeah. Because if it's at 6, you sleep with the AC on, right?
I mean, we haven't recently because it's already been like 68 in the house when we're going to bed. So it's like, well, I don't need the AC on.
So you don't,
It's already at the temp we sleep at.
But to regulate it.
What do you mean to regulate it?
Like ours, we have our thermostat set at like 65 every night.
And so it like regulates it?
Yeah.
I guess I don't even know that exists. I have a Nest.
Yeah.
So basically it'll like keep it warm or cool depending on what the temperature's doing outside. Is that what you mean by regulating it?
No, like we just set it to that one temperature so that it doesn't change.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, I just turn it off usually because it's at like 68. But like if it goes, it's not going to do anything though if it drops below that. It's not going to like make it 60.
No, then
68 again if that's what I want to have it set.
No, but it's because you're turning it off. Like we keep ours running.
I guess I didn't realize if you keep it running. So, okay, say I have it set at like 69 to sleep because that's like a good sleep number. Sleep number bet. A good sleep number is 69 AC in the house. If I turn it to 69 and I go to bed and I wake up in the middle of the night and it has dropped, like it is so cold outside that it's dropped to like 65 in my house. Mm-hmm. Like that won't happen because it's set at 69, so it'll bring it back up to 69. Is that what you're saying?
I'm pretty sure that's what the Nest does. Because like you can set it like,
but it doesn't like heat. It's not like heating it back up to 69.
No, but it's like regulating that specific temperature.
But how?
It blows little like warmer air.
Just a little bit warmer air.
Yeah, well, that's what it does. Like, if my thermostat's set at 69, if I wanted to go to 73, that's what it does. Put it on like the eco mode, so it's like heating and cooling.
Eco mode. Yeah, I just like don't experiment with my Nest. I have a one and done. It's this temp, or it's off.
Yeah, I mean, if you're turning it off, then it'll get cold. But
okay,
then
I'll test it out.
Turn your air on in the morning to cool to 69 or whatever, so then it won't be as cold when you get up.
But wouldn't you have to turn the heat on to make it 69 again?
I don't know.
You would, and that heat would be so fucking hot only upstairs because it's blowing. I'm gonna
come over and see.
Talk to my HVAC guy. He'll give you all the information.
The HVAC.
I just can't tell if we're on the same page. Like if we're talking about the same thing.
We're definitely talking about the same thing.
Okay, because it does not make sense to me what you're saying. We can move on.
I'm so tired.
It's okay. And I'm using a lot of brain power trying to figure this out, so. You okay? Are you having acid reflux?
Yeah, I'm having acid
problems?
reflux. Like, feels like a heart attack. It's just acid reflux, I think. But yesterday when we were recording Good Influences, I started getting like a little chest thing. So now I'm paranoid that I'm getting sick.
Oh, a chest, like, cough thingy.
Yeah, it's like, you know, when you're like walking outside in the cold and like you feel like that. That's kind of like what kept happening. And then I keep coughing.
Scary.
But like I haven't really coughed all day.
Everyone's sick right now too.
Everyone.
So it's kind of freaking me out.
I went to get a coffee this morning and like my barista, she was like, I think I have allergies. And I was like, girl, you're sick.
I'm the barista.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, me too. But yeah, everybody is sick. Happy Thanksgiving week.
Oh my God, happy Thanksgiving.
Tomorrow's Thanksgiving if you're listening to this on Wednesday.
Yep.
I hope you're all having like solid conversations with your family and everything's
I hope it's very political. I hope it's full of rage. I hope you talk about Christopher Columbus and how terrible he was. But honestly, one of my favorite holidays, despite like what happened. I just love the food.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, I wrote down some things. Last night I had a little traumatic incident.
Oh.
Our dishwasher, I opened it to take the dishes out and it was like flooded.
Oh.
And TJ was on his way home and he was like, we were on the phone and I was like, oh my God, our dishwasher is like flooded. And like I said it just like that. And I was like, what the heck? And he told me that he's been throwing the pods in there and not putting them in the little thing because he saw someone do it on TikTok.
Oh.
But then like ever since he did that, I feel like the dishes weren't getting cleaned. But also I did wind up like watching a YouTube video and I like scooped all the water out and then I took off the fucking filter.
Damn,
and,
you're on your hands and knees.
Yeah, the filter was like disgusting.
Yeah, I just did this recently.
So I was like, it could have been you throwing the pods in or it could have just been the filter. We'll never know.
I guess like, do you need to put those pods in the thing?
According to TikTok, no.
Because in my mind, it's like, no, obviously you put it in the thing, but then it's like, but it's just a pod. It's not just liquid that you have to like keep sealed somewhere.
I feel like maybe we try one more time with the pod
and see
it in. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just worried that like I mean, I'm sure it all just must dissolve, obviously. So like, where is it going? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's probably the filter, because I just did this a couple weeks ago because it was also flooding a little bit.
It was disgusting.
No, I mean, I like hardly ever do the dishes, and he was like, something's going on, like it just keeps flooding, and I was like, I don't want to take a look at this. So I like YouTubed like how to, like, what could be wrong, and it was so nasty. But I love like fixing things like that. Like if snaking a drain for me is like everything. I love snaking a drain.
Become a plumber in your free time.
Just follow my brother's footsteps.
So I did that, and then I finished a book this week. I talked about it on Good Influences, but nobody cares over there. The Abby Jimenez just
Some
for this
people care.
Summer.
Do you think I would like it?
No.
Oh, okay.
You just don't like joyous things like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's so romantic. It's so like heartwarming. Like, I cried. I was like, this is so beautiful.
Well, I like joy, but I need there to be like
you would not.
I need there to be high stakes. That's what it is.
Well, the thing that I liked about the book was it started with an "Am I the asshole?" Like, literally the first page was an "Am I the asshole?"
Like, from Reddit.
The plot of the book is, I don't think I'll give anything in case I do, skip over it, but I'll tell you briefly what the plot of the book is without trying to spoil. So it starts with an "Am I the asshole?" and this guy is writing in because his best friend got a new girlfriend and then basically like kicked him out of the apartment or whatever, and like they needed to finish their lease, and he wound up finding, or his friend was leaving their apartment like before the lease was done, something like that. I can't really remember. And he wound up getting a smaller apartment in that same apartment complex, but it had like a massive billboard with like a toilet. And he was like, "Am I the asshole?" Blah, 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 blah.
Wait, it had a massive billboard with a toilet?
Like looking into the window. Like, that's all. That was his view. That's all he could see. And he was like, "Am I the asshole for..." Oh, and then he was asking if he was the asshole because he then he got a dog and then named his dog after his friend who like kicked him out of his apartment, whatever. And then he was like, "Am I the asshole for that?"
Was it like playing off of Reddit? Like he posted this on Reddit in the book? Oh, okay, cool.
And the girl that his best friend was moving in with was a girl he had dated, but he said that he is like good luck Chuck. It's like the next person
they get
falls
married.
in love. And so then this girl messages him on Reddit being like, "I'm that person." And then they kind of get to talking. She's a traveling nurse.
Ooh.
And
I just like, I said this in our group chat with some other people, I like wish I had that terrible, I don't want to say terrible, movie, book, like
joy,
love,
romance.
Yeah, I do wish I had it because there's just nothing in me. Like, for example, the like Hallmark Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce movies. Like, in no way, shape, or form could I see myself sitting down and watching one like by myself.
Yeah,
but you would by yourself, I think.
Yeah,
like
for
you would find joy and you would be at peace watching that. I would be like, I need to do this for a reason.
They're just so silly.
Yeah, and like I just
and
can't.
Easy, mindless. You don't have to think about it. I mean, if it's really bad, like if things are really bad, like I will stop watching.
Yeah.
There's no like stakes for me. I'm not like expecting anything out of it. And I think that's what I think about like Colleen Hoover books. I'm like, I'm not expecting anything more than like what is put in front of me.
Kind of Frida now too.
Yeah.
I'm kind of feeling that. But
Different
I'm liking
genre though.
I'm liking Frida. I'm like probably like 30% into the book.
Wow.
I'm liking it. It's good. It's Frida vibes.
Well, go read this trilogy. It's really, you really don't have to read like the books. You can just read
at all
it, like out of order. It's pretty much just like briefly characters from the other book are like mentioned in the others, but it was like cute because then in this one I was like, I wonder when like it's gonna connect, and then like it does, and then you're like, oh, cute. But like not in an obvious way where you like need to know the background of the people. So I would say like if you,
it probably helps though, get all the lore.
Yeah,
you know,
but it's really like you would literally never know that the people existed in a different novel.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. Oh my god, see, this is what I'm talking about. I don't know what I was gonna say. Not good.
Well, I have my next thing.
All right.
I went to Barnes & Noble the other day to get Bye Baby, and it's...
You got it?
No, because it's not out until January in paperback.
Oh, no!
And that's why when I looked on Amazon, remember, I was like, this is so expensive still.
Because it was only the hardcover. Ugh. Maybe they have it at the library.
So I don't like
Oh, yeah, they wouldn't have.
I'll just wait till January. That's fine.
I can't wait.
But
I can't wait for you to wait till January.
If anybody else wanted to know that information, I needed to report it to the masses.
Oh, this actually reminds me of my point
You're welcome.
My thing. Thank you. So, I think I said this on the podcast. That same author wrote Tell Me Lies. And I got a couple comments on my vlog that were like, the book is actually way worse than the show, which is crazy because usually books are way better than movies or shows.
Way worse.
Yeah, so they're saying the show was a lot better than the book was.
Gee.
Yeah, so don't care. Don't care to read that one.
I don't know if I trust people. There's people out there that say like the Twilight movies are better than the books, which is objectively wrong.
Oh, that's just wrong. Like,
I know.
That is
people say that though.
That sounds like rage bait to me. I mean, I know it's not, but
I don't know.
It sounds like someone to get mad.
Maybe. And then not Wednesday night, I went out to dinner, and you'll never guess what was being filmed. We walked in and there was a giant filming notice, and there was pretty much nobody in the restaurant, and that was awkward.
A show that you're excited about?
I wouldn't say like I'm excited about, but I do watch it. It's pretty bad now.
Is it a Housewife franchise?
No.
God, is it Bravo?
No.
Oh.
Like
reality?
Adjacent, yeah.
Oh, Selling Sunset?
Uh-huh.
How was it?
It was so interesting. Kind of disappointed Amanda wasn't wearing any hand gloves, so you know, that kind of sucked. She was, however, I wish you could see what I was wearing at this restaurant and then what they were wearing. It was so fucking insane. And I know like they definitely play into it now.
Yeah. They'll have stylists for like every episode. They have to.
Well, they're terrible stylists.
Well, or that, yeah.
Amanda looked like she just came off the set of Dancing with the Stars. Like her outfit was insane. Like hardly anything. It was genuinely just like a giant, like a tiny mini sparkle dress that had giant cutouts on either side and like a mini skirt. Yeah. And then both Mary and Nicole were wearing like the same exact dress, just like a black lace bodycon, totally see-through. I was like, that's embarrassing to show up in the same thing.
Yeah.
Just about. I know you probably don't know who Nicole is because you didn't watch.
Yeah.
Don't watch. But Nicole looked so fucking different. I barely recognized her. She chopped her hair into a bob. Ooh. And it's bleach blonde. And so like that was the whole scene, was like all of them. It was like all of the girls were there. Every single one. The boys were not there. And assuming they were just having dinner, maybe drinks, and then Nicole like stormed out.
Ooh.
And it was funny because we were sitting like right by the door. And I watched them film it like 2 or 3 times, her leaving. And I was like, this is so funny.
That's so fun.
And then she just like walked it back in after.
And like chatted with people?
Like
or was
production,
she still like mad?
But not really like, no, because she didn't even look mad going out. Like walking out, I was like, fake.
Because my thing is like, okay, I know like it's fake or whatever, but like, do you think that someone actually got mad and walked out and they were like, oh, we need to catch that again to like get a better angle?
No,
or
they were
they like
fully filming her every time she left.
You need to get up and walk out now.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's so annoying.
Well, I was just surprised she was coming back because like there was a whole thing last season where I'm pretty sure Chrishell was like, I'm not filming with her. But Chrishell was there, so I guess we'll see.
I wish you had seen Vanderpump. Seen if they're even filming and who's there and what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know how far into the filming they are. Maybe this was day 1, but it was definitely interesting. I love watching that shit happen in real time.
And that's the thing with the outfits too. Like you see shows like that, especially that one, and you're like, oh yeah, they're dressed up, but like that's their job. But then when you see them like in real life, I can't imagine how insane they look, especially at like living in LA and going to restaurants and stuff. It's like, you don't need to be wearing.
I'm sorry. Even on the show,
crazy.
They do not need, like, they never need to be wearing that. And I think that's like half the fun is everyone making fun of them being like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. I wonder, I can't remember the first season. Like, was it that crazy or was it like, kind of upscale, but
they just, oh my God, they're crazy. Last season, one of the ladies was wearing like a ball gown to a house showing. Like, they're just insane.
God.
Oh, Chelsea wasn't there. Now I'm just realizing because I was thinking about something. She was at like a house showing and she was wearing like those bloomer shorts pretty much. That just, her whole ass was out.
Oh.
And then it became like a thing where they were like, hey, like, you're not really like, you shouldn't be wearing.
Professional.
Yeah. And then she was like, this is fucked up that you're calling me out.
Oh.
And it's like, okay, but like it's not.
Yeah, and like you are at a job.
Imagine like clocking into
out.
Starbucks and your ass is just hanging out.
You gotta just cover some
If
stuff
someone
up
was
sometimes.
selling me a house wearing that, I would be like,
no, I'd be like, are you gonna fart? Because it will be in my face.
So weird. Yeah, Chelsea was not there, but everybody else was, I'm pretty sure. Even the mayor of Pioneer Town. There was a girl on last season who was like, I'm the mayor of Pioneer Town. And then Pioneer Town was like, girl, no, you're not.
I was like, isn't it the dog? But
no, that's Idlewild.
Idlewild. Oh, yeah. Pioneer Town. Gotta get them. Yeah. Pioneer Town's the one by...
God, duh.
Stop. I know.
Where is it?
Joshua Tree.
Yeah, good job.
I was going to say the place we went to. Peppy and Harrods.
Yeah.
See, I still remember some things.
Some things.
Barely.
Oh, where did we talk about the calendar?
The calendar?
You have the whole calendar debacle.
Here.
Was that publicly or privately?
Oh, we don't need to talk about it.
Well, we could be a follow-up if it was
Yeah,
publicly.
no, I'm pretty sure it was our podcast.
But I don't know if it was the
Patreon or not.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was our podcast.
Okay.
I think.
Well, you guys, Carly needs a calendar.
I don't.
It's very funny. Hold on, let me let her out.
It's actually weird that I text, like, the reason I know I don't need a calendar is because something in me told you to text you and be like, same time tomorrow? Or like 11?
Yeah, but you wouldn't have had to do that if you just put it in your calendar when I texted you. What time?
True. But
You know?
it's just like an extra step.
Yeah, but
It's a lot of work for me to even like to operate a calendar.
you know that's like I'm like,
And, like,
no,
you don't
we
understand
already
it.
had this conversation, and now I'm having to like tell you again.
I don't need you to tell me to put things in my calendar.
No. I'm saying now I have to have the same conversation we already had because you don't remember.
Yes. I understand that. Did that bother you?
So
let's unpack.
No, I thought it was funny.
Let's unpack.
I thought it was funny because we
Because
had the
I know.
conversation that week.
I
I was
did
like,
too.
well, I texted her, said, well.
I know. Well, here's the thing, because when I said that, I was like, why did I, like, something happened in the air. And so I scrolled back up to like look at it. And I think because it was, and you're right.
I know.
Okay, let's be a little more humble. Well,
I don't need to be humble.
Take it down a notch and I'll be happy to explain.
Point proven, calendars are important.
Okay, well, I don't want to argue anymore. So, no, but I looked and it was here. Let me pull up the text. Just so you could not, this is an excuse, it's just context. Okay?
Yeah. Give the people context for why calendars are useful.
Okay, so I got to find it. Hold on.
I think it was Monday.
Okay. I wish I... Do you need Nolan to make anything, by the way?
Yeah.
Well, let me know. You're like, yeah.
Everyone can make stuff.
Okay, sorry, it's taking me so long. I deleted it because I was so ashamed. Okay. So Aaron texted me on Monday.
Also, just for context.
1:40 p.m., so it's early. Just kidding.
We had already recorded our podcast.
On Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm home.
Yeah.
We recorded, now I'm home. She goes, are you okay with bonus pod on Thursday, regular pod on Friday around 2 or 3? Mm-hmm. So that's there. Yeah, I should have registered. The only thing that was happening in my mind is, wait, we're doing good influences on Thursday. Maybe we should do it on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. And so that my mind just went to that. And then I go, maybe bonus on Wednesday since we have 2 episodes of good influences. And then you're like, I can do 2 p.m. on Wednesday. So I think the 2 p.m. kind of switched into Wednesday instead of today.
Well,
so that's what was going on in my head. But if we didn't have to record our Patreon, I would have, if you just texted me that, it'd be in my head.
yeah, but we did have to record it.
No, I know.
You can't just erase it.
Well, I'm just saying, like.
No, I know, but that defeats the whole point
I know.
of the conversation.
I'm being funny, I think. At least to me, I'm being
not
funny.
Yeah, so
I'm just trying to make it so
me
I'm
yesterday
right.
saying same time, normal time
11 tomorrow?
and I said, well, look who could benefit from having a calendar. And she goes, no, I know it's at 11 a.m., but I'm just checking it. And I said, well, it's actually
I was like, no, I know it's at 11.
Yeah.
I just don't know, like, sometimes it changes.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, she's going to die when I send her this.
Yeah, I did. You're like, clink. I was like, lock me up. She said, clink, clink. And I sent her a picture of me with my wrist
it's
out.
a clink, clink, bitch.
Like Sophia.
I'm going to get you a calendar for your a nice cute calendar for Christmas.
that I won't use ever.
You should.
You can't, I can't even explain to you what my calendar looks like. It is so overwhelmingly full of birthdays from Facebook that I don't even know who these people are.
You can turn that off.
I think I've done it 3 times and it's still there.
I feel like you get like so hyper fixated on stuff. If you got like a cute calendar and like little cat stickers, like you'd have a field day.
Like every day there's something. Every day.
Why does it look like that?
Courtney Hendricks' birthday. Daniel.
Just
I don't know who
off.
the fuck that is. I don't know. This podcast is sponsored by Good American. I have loved Good American for quite some time. I have a couple shirts, some long sleeves, some t-shirts, and they were so nice to send me a pair of their Always Fits jeans. And guess what? They always fit. No, they're actually really cool jeans. They do a one size fits 4 design. So when your body fluctuates, especially for us girlies, it depends on the time of the month, what we're eating that day, what we're drinking that day. The old, I gotta go to Thanksgiving, put on my sweatpants. Well, you don't need to now. These jeans, because they will fit you no matter what. They're perfectly stretchy with my body and they don't feel like too snug or anything. They just feel good. They have inclusive sizing. They are available from 00 to plus size 32. They have a gap-proof waistband, tummy smoothing technology, 100% stretch, and reinforced belt loops. From skinny jeans to bootcut, high-waisted to cropped, Good American offers a wide variety of styles that cater to every preference and occasion. Shop now at goodamerican.com. Use promo code ONLYFRIENDS for $50 off. That's crazy. Yes, $50 off your first pair. Don't forget to select podcast at checkout and choose our show to let them know we sent you.
You can turn it off. Yeah.
It's like tonight, I'm going to Culver City at 7:30 to do my brows with Emma. I don't need to put on my goddamn calendar. I know it's happening. I wouldn't forget that.
Well, you forgot this, so.
Yeah. But this is work.
Culver City's so cute.
Yeah, and it's honestly not bad to drive there at like 7. You'd think it'd take 9 hours.
Yeah, I think you have to do, I don't know.
See, this is the problem. It's like, I don't fucking.
Yeah, but it takes 2 seconds.
Yeah. Just lecture me more.
I'm not lecturing you. I'm just
like election day is on here. I'm sorry. Who needs to put election day on the calendar?
Well, I use it for when I plan our episodes for Good Influences because it tells me the day.
It does work for Good Influences. I use it for that because it's all on the sheet. So that's good. Like I do reference the sheet.
Yeah, and I put those little things on there, like election day.
Yeah, no, and I like that.
So I get that from the calendar.
Thank you.
That is on my devices.
Sensing tension now. Some thick tension.
The tension.
Let us know if you use your calendar.
Tension's in the air.
Like, okay, I think realistically a calendar, like, yes, if we're recording at a different time, that's a good thing to put in. For me, I don't need to put in Only Friends Mondays at 11. You know what I mean? Like that, to me, I'm like, duh. I never need to do that. I don't need to put Pilates at 6 on Monday because I just always do that. It's so fun
to fill it up.
See, I don't feel that way. I just feel like I'm doing it for no reason.
Yeah, but like I have stuff like every day.
Well, good for you, Erin.
No, so I'm saying it's useful.
I know. Well, yeah, I'm sure. If you have like a meeting, a random meeting, a call. Yeah, I guess if you're like really busy, I'm just not busy enough, I guess.
Yeah.
Like if I had a meeting, a call, an appointment,
that was literally
a car thing, like all in one day, of course I would need to figure all of that out.
Like this day that we had Skims call, lunch with Mike and Jared. And then I went to a movie that night. Had all that stuff on there. The other day I have.
See, I don't have Skims call or Mike and Jared on there. And I just
Oh,
knew.
yeah. Yeah, but you just said if I had multiple things. This day, Goriana, bonus podcast, my doctor, dinner.
Yeah.
Just, it looks nice.
Yeah, but you have the brain for that. Like it satisfies your type A brain. It does not satisfy my brain.
Okay, so next time you forget, I just won't respond, and then you'll show up at 11, and I'll be like, oh, I texted you.
Well, how about you just be like a good friend and be like,
yeah, but
and not make me feel like a fucking idiot.
No, I'm not making you feel like an idiot.
No, you are.
How?
Because next time I'm just gonna be like, just show up.
Because
like,
it shouldn't then become my responsibility to have to remind you.
Okay, but to be honest, does this happen often?
No, but
I don't show up on time.
No, not that you don't show up on time.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, does this warrant you to be actually like upset that I forgot it was at 2 or 3?
No, I'm not upset.
Well, whatever you're feeling, whatever we're discussing right now.
No, I'm just saying you can't then put that responsibility on me to be like, Oh, well, I didn't realize because of all of these things that you said.
Oh, no, I wasn't trying to put the responsibility.
That's what I'm saying. Is that like,
of course.
okay. Well,
no, I don't think I should put that on you, and I don't think
Yeah.
I did. I was just giving context of where my brain was at. It's not your fault. It's just, it was my fault.
No, I know. We're having two separate conversations.
We are? Okay.
Yeah.
What's your conversation over there?
I'm talking about the now, and you're talking about the then.
Oh. They, them?
Like, like I'm saying it shouldn't be like in my shoes.
Okay.
I did my part.
Yes.
I clearly communicated. These are the times
Yes.
that we have available. Does this work for you? You said yes. But because you did, so watched Salt Lake last night because
Yeah, that was wild, actually.
Yeah.
I was like, is this British?
No, it's like how Meredith talks. She just elongates every word. Because you didn't put it anywhere, I then had to
take so much time out of your day to just remind me.
No, it's not remind you. That just shouldn't be my responsibility because I already did that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Sure. Sherpa.
Sure.
I don't know. I don't even know what my argument was over here. I think it was just going off of that one time. Like if you were, I mean, obviously you were like actually mad. If you were actually mad, I'd be like, okay, this is insane.
Yeah.
Because I usually, if it happened a lot, I'd be like, oh, I get it. I'm annoying.
Yeah.
But
no, it was just funny. I would have never even said it. I'd just be like, no, we're doing it at this time.
Yeah, but we had the conversation.
It was coming off the conversation.
Yes.
And I was like, well.
Let us know if you use a calendar like Aaron or like me. Yeah, I feel like the only time I really have used a calendar is to be like, these are the days in 3 months that I'm like going to be out of town or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
But even that, I'm like, I can just look it up if I need to.
I know.
Like a lot of times like calls and stuff, it's always like, there's always like a reminder right before, or appointments even, like for a hair appointment, there's always the text the day before. I'm like, oh yeah. Mm-hmm. So I do put those in my calendar actually.
Your hair appointment?
Well, sometimes if I go and we decide on a day like 2 months from then I'll put it in my calendar. Same with psychiatry. So I guess I do kind of use my calendar. You know what? I'm a calendar girl.
She's a half user.
I'm a fake ass.
She's a user. She's using.
I don't know if I'd want like a physical calendar.
They're cute.
It would just sit there.
But you could use it. No, you get little cat stickers and then you'd use it.
Will you get me one? Get me a cute cat one, and then I'll try to use it.
Then you can journal in it, draw.
Mm-hmm.
All the
That's
things.
another thing. Journaling, I just like don't get. I wish I did get.
You tried it though before, right?
I've tried journaling. I just don't get anything from it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people journal. Like a lot of people do it. They say it helps their life. I mean, I don't know. I feel like journaling just like diary. Like today I did this. Then
you could do like a video journal.
A vlog.
Yeah.
And then post it on YouTube.
No, just put it on a hard drive.
Put it on the dark web.
And then you go watch it
What?
a year later.
Yeah. Ooh. Put it on the dark web.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Oh, I wanted to say, watched Little Women last night, the original.
Okay.
Just throwing that out there because I've never seen it, and it is obviously a classic. I kind of don't remember what it was, though. I feel like there was no, like, real plot.
Little Women. Little Women LA.
Winona Ryder, Claire Danes.
I probably have never seen this.
There's a lot of people. Christian Bale.
Yeah,
Kristen Dunst. She's literally like 5.
I definitely have never
She's
watched
so
this.
cute in it.
Oh, yeah. I remember they did the new one a couple years ago.
Yeah, Matt said we need to watch the new one because it's really, really, really good too.
Timothy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How do you feel about all these lookalike contests happening?
So I don't understand why it keeps happening.
I just think that nobody ever really looks like them.
No.
Like none of the winners look like them.
I do think the Jeremy Allen White guy looked like him, but I haven't really been paying attention to the others.
I'm sure you saw this tweet, but it was like, how come they're not doing it for girls? And someone quote tweeted it and was like, remember that girl that went on Love is Blind and said she looked like Megan Fox and now she got bullied?
Oh.
That's why. But they are doing a girl one right now. They're doing Zendaya.
I don't understand.
I think it's just like a fun whatever thing.
It's so weird.
They're doing a Hassan Piker one in Chicago.
It's so weird. Who's they?
I don't know. And it's a $50 rewards.
they're
I'm
winning.
like, yeah, like I don't know if it's one person just pays them or people chip in and whatever. But
is it the same person organizing them or just different people? It's so weird.
It feels like one of those like Taylor Swift nights, you know? It's like they just pop up everywhere.
Yeah,
like
but those
Olivia
are like
Rodrigo
organized. These are just like, come on, come on.
I know. I don't know.
So weird.
Yeah.
It's taking the country by storm.
It really is. It's bringing our country together. It's uniting us.
Who would you want there to be one of?
Ooh. Well, they already did a Harry Styles one, and none
of them looked like him.
I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Harry would be like my favorite, but it was really disappointing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who would you want? Like Maddie Healy?
That would be funny.
I just feel like if anyone looks like Maddie Healy, but they're not Maddie Healy.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Like they've.
No, I love that. That's like our vibe, like a freak. Mm-hmm. They're just like literally go to Silver Lake and you'll see like 10 people
you're
who
right,
look
you're
like
right.
him.
You're right. I think I just associate him with like the beautiful voice and like everything, you know.
I've never heard anyone say that about
He has such a beautiful voice. He does.
You can't hear what the fuck he's saying.
It's so like, but his tone is just so gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Okay.
Beautiful voice. The voice of an angel, Maddie Healy.
Getting over it. Beautiful version.
Do you want to go on to this day in history?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, we've got Sam Goldback. He's from Sam and Colby. Had no idea that was his last name. Happy birthday.
Oh, I was about to, who the fuck?
Yeah.
That's so mean.
Bill Nye.
Oh my God, Slay. How old is he? I feel like he's got to be so old at this point. 83.
No, he's 69.
Oh my God.
What?
Sorry, Bill.
I wrote Blackbeard.
Black Bear?
Oh, it's got to be that. It must have auto-corrected. I did this last week, so I'm like, what? It's not fresh on my mind. Okay. But yeah, auto-corrected it to Blackbeard, and I was like, I don't know who that is. That's Black Bear. Jaleel White and Caroline Kennedy, which is so timely. She's the one who also sounds like him.
That's right. And it's familial. Okay, that's the thing. I remember I was like, I thought he got it from a vaccine.
Yeah, that's what you told me. So then when I saw her
that's talking what I thought.
Like that, I was like,
I think that's like his claim is like,
that's crazy.
This fucked me up. So I don't know. But then it's like,
I got the same dose.
I guess.
No, it's like a genetic disorder. Because I immediately was like, why does she sound like this too?
Yeah.
And then I like typed in her name. I was like, what's wrong with her?
Not to be like offensive. I'm just like, why?
Well, yeah. Well, because you had said the RFK thing. So then I was like, huh? What are the odds?
I'll put in my calendar to look it up after this.
I was like, what are the odds? But then no, yeah, it's like just a genetic thing that they have.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Then she like hates him, right? Sorry.
Yeah, she's really pissed at him.
I wonder if Cheryl's like gonna end up leaving him.
I don't know. She's been like going to everything with him.
I know.
I doubt it. Okay, so for entertainment, we have Frozen. Moana 2 comes out today.
Oh yeah.
My Girl.
Which was on it was wasn't that a crossword? Moana 2. Yeah, it was Moana.
Oh, well, spoiler alert.
No, this is like days ago.
Yeah, spoiler alert. I don't do them ever?
I don't do them?
I don't do them on the day.
Oh, you don't?
Not normally.
Oh, well, I'm so sorry.
I love like backlogging for when I'm on an airplane.
Oh, okay. Well, you would have got that in 2 seconds, so I didn't spoil anything. Also, it was the mini. I never do the real one. The mini always takes me like literally between a minute and 7 minutes. I'm not even kidding.
Sometimes they're hard. It's always just like one word that I'm like, what is this one?
Yes. And then I cheat.
Of course you do.
Well, it's like, why not?
Me.
I'm like, if I can't finish it, I might as well try to. Well, no, I don't cheat, but I try to look up what word like. No, I do cheat. No, I definitely cheat on that one. Yeah, I'm looking up the actual answers.
Cheating on connections, cheating.
I don't cheat on connections.
Yeah, you Google the words.
Oh, yeah. But that's like
we have our
not a black and white. Yeah, it's like kind of gray area.
It's pretty black and white.
Yeah. No, it's
pretty black and
white. Pretty hazy.
Okay. 101 Dalmatians.
Scary.
Floribama Shore.
Scary.
Knives Out.
Scary.
8 Crazy Nights. And I Knew You Were Trouble. Honestly, what an iconic day. Just like hit after hit after hit after hit. You've seen the Knives Out movies, right?
No.
Oh, you should really watch them.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You would like
Is it
them.
scary?
No.
Oh, it sounds scary.
No.
Or is it about like a dinner party?
One of them kind of, it's like the first one is more like a familial thing that's happening. They have to like bring in an investigator. And then the second one, it's like like a trip.
For some reason, I thought they were like murder mystery.
It's kind of like that.
Okay.
It's really good.
Okay. I did want to say also, I'm going to see Wicked on Saturday. And Danny sent me this thing. It's like things to watch before like you see it. But all it is, it's like a YouTube playlist. And it's just like, and I'm sure it helps. And I don't mean to like, I don't know the fandom that well. So I don't know. But it's like, the first video is like Idina Menzel just singing it on piano. And then it's like a Tiny Desk concert of like them doing Wicked. It's just like, it's not giving me the story. I'm like, I'm just seeing all these auditions.
I feel like you don't like need to watch anything.
That's what I thought too. But I was like, I don't know anything about it. Like, it's a prequel, correct? To Wizard of Oz, or
but I feel like it's like any other movie that you go watch.
Yeah, but I just know it's such a lore that I just wanted to know.
But
like,
you'll learn the lore.
Yeah, or I'll know the lore, and then when it's happening, I'm like, oh, I kind of like that because I feel like it might be one of those movies I'll watch and then want to know everything about it after, and then be like mad I didn't know about it.
Oh, before.
Yeah. But anyways.
Okay, for news, I need to circle back to Jay Leno because we talked about this on our Patreon episode because it happened later in the week. But to catch you back up, if you're not on our Patreon, Jay Leno last week for you, fell down a hill at the Days Inn, like right before he was about to perform a show while he was traveling. And one whole entire side of his face is black and blue, but I found out today that he broke his wrist also and lost a fingernail.
Yeah.
Which you're not beating the mob allegations.
I know.
Yeah, he claims that he was just like walking outside of the Days Inn and then fell. Okay, I'm like getting cold.
Okay.
From the door.
Oh, yeah.
Ow.
Oh.
And like hit his eye on a rock, and then it made one whole half of his face blue, and he also broke his wrist and a fingernail. Like what kind of thing do you have to do to get a fingernail to rip out of your
I know.
finger?
I'm like, unless he's like, he was trying to catch himself and like
but
rip off?
Ripping out your fingernail, that is so mob coded.
Yeah, it is.
Like he owes someone a big chunk of cash. And so I was very interested because obviously we knew that in so I looked up the date. It was November 2022.
Oh, wow.
Was when he was burned.
Okay.
And he claims that he was
working. So 2 years later.
He was working on a car. But then 2 months later, he broke his collarbone, ribs, and kneecaps.
Not the kneecaps.
Kneecaps is straight mafia shit.
Oh my God. What did this man do? Who does he owe?
Oh, has so much gambling debt. Like he owes people money. It has to be. I don't believe him.
It has to. How old is, like, he's not like,
I don't know, 60s?
I mean, he's pretty old, but not like old, where he's like, if you fell, you'd be, I mean, I don't know. I guess if like my parents.
He's 74. He also fell and then like went to perform and then went to the hospital. So I'm like, that's sus.
He got beat up.
As a 74-year-old?
And then went to perform. I don't know. That's really crazy. I'm also dying laughing at all like the substance tweets. Joking about the substance.
I don't know what that is.
It's basically, will you see that movie, do you think?
No.
Okay, so basically.
Yeah,
spoiler, obviously, spoiler. But the whole premise of it is Demi Moore, she's like a jazzercise. She's like very famous, like jazzercise workout lady. Mm-hmm. And she's older. And they're basically wanting to replace her with like a new, younger one. And she has a meeting with, it's Dennis Quaid, but meeting with this guy who plays by Dennis Quaid. And he's like, there's something you can do. It's called the substance. You will be a younger version of yourself, but you have to respect the 7 days and you have to switch every 7 days. And so basically she's like, what the fuck is this?
And like every 7 days she'll become younger?
Well, yeah, I'll explain. So she's like, okay. And she's like, that sounds fucking crazy. Like, no. And then he gives her a number, and one of these nights she just goes a little insane, and she finally is like, I'm gonna fucking call this number, because they're replacing her with like a younger person. She's like, I don't like that I'm aging. Like it's a whole movie about aging basically. And so she calls this number. They're like, go to this place. It's obviously very sketchy. Open this locker and there will be a package for you. So she goes to this locker, gets a package, and it's a substance. So it's a liquid vial, and it also has like a injector, and it has tubes to go from one person to the next. And basically what it is, I think the first injection happens, and I think, yeah, she like injects herself and then nothing happens. And like 20 seconds later, she starts like feeling all weird and she falls to the ground and she like passes out and her back literally starts opening up and a little Margaret Qualley basically comes out and she's like a young, like, you know, beautiful, whatever. And so the whole thing is they have to keep switching every 7 days. So basically she keeps Demi Moore's body in like a different room for 7 days, and then when she'll go in there after 7 days, hook herself up, and they'll switch, and it'll be Demi Moore.
Do they keep coming out of each other's backs?
No, they don't. They just keep switching. Basically, it's switching the blood or something back and forth. I'm not really positive, but the whole thing with that is basically this is like the spoiler a little bit. Like if you don't respect the 7 days, so like Margaret Qualley was like having all these opportunities and all these things were going on, but they were happening like 2 days after she's supposed to switch over or whatever. And she's like, whatever, I'll just keep doing it until it'll be fine. So then I think it's only like 1 or 2 days. And she switches back to Demi Moore, and Demi Moore, like her finger looks like an old lady finger, like old, scary. Her nail is like nasty. And that's like all that happens the first time. And then it happens again. And like literally half of her body is literally like 90 years old and the other half is like normal. And then it just gets even crazier and crazier. So that's like, people are joking that they were like, he didn't respect the 7 days of the substance. And then they're like joking of who would be the younger him, like Matt Rife, kind of, because they kind of look like somewhat
They
similar.
do kind of look alike.
Yeah, so that's kind of a joke with that. But I hope the man is okay.
I hope he pays his debts. I'm full conspiracy theorist on this one. Like,
I hope he pays his debts.
I said it on the Patreon. Like, I know you're not sleeping at a Days Inn.
Well, somebody had a good argument again. I mean, I don't remember it, but it was like a pretty good argument where it was like a lot of people will stay at these like Days Inns that are this far away from this place or blah, blah, blah from this place.
Like,
No, I know. But I'm also like, if you owe someone that much money, like, sell your cars. Like, you got $1 million.
I know. Maybe he just has really bad luck.
Maybe. But we'll find out one day. It'll come out one day. There'll be some documentary for sure. Or he's just accident prone. Maybe he's just clumsy.
How do you just fall down a hill? Like, what? Like,
I know. It looks terrible. I don't know.
Leno took a tumble.
I mean, Nolan was like, I mean, if our parents like fell, they'd be beaten up like that too. I was like, I don't know. Sorry.
He was staying at the Hampton Inn. Did I say Hampton Inn?
I think so.
Hampton Inns are pretty nice. I love a Hampton Inn, but Jay Leno.
Yeah.
In Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Like, yeah, he's probably staying at a Hampton Inn because he owes the mob so much money that he can't afford to stay out of Four Seasons.
Maybe. I don't know. Interesting.
After trying to take a shortcut down a hill. It's just so funny. Like, whenever he then comes on, it's like the most like ridiculous story that I'm like, it sounds like you're lying.
Yeah.
It's like when people overcompensate for just like.
Yeah. Like, cause the burn thing was a car, correct?
Yeah, it said a car like blew up in his face. Oh, but this was the other thing. The kneecaps and the ribs. I read that story today. I'm not even kidding you. It was like so long. He was on a motorcycle and then he was like, and then I didn't see that this guy had strung a wire across the parking lot and then it clotheslined
me. Is this Batman?
And then I went and I was like, that didn't happen.
Wait, this is literally an action movie. No.
That didn't happen.
That's not true.
If you got clotheslined by someone in the mob, yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, that's a superhero movie,
like,
sir.
Very funny. But other than that, like, not much like news on my part.
Yeah, we talked briefly on Good Influence about Anne Hathaway being in Verity, which is so. I thought she was gonna be like the maid.
The maid?
I keep getting fucking housemaid and Verity mixed up.
Yeah, I don't know how.
What does she play? She's like Verity's keeper, right?
She's Verity's keeper?
Oh, I'm trying to think. Who's the girl that comes in and like lives in their house? She writes her books.
Yes.
That's right. Sorry. Literally read it like 3 years ago. I thought that was going to be Anne Hathaway. I didn't think Verity was going to be played by Anne Hathaway.
Anne's too old to be
I guess.
a young gal.
I in my mind, and I don't remember how she's portrayed in the book, in my mind, it's some like lady, probably like late 30s, early 40s, something with like kind of like frizzy blonde hair and just like looks kind of like unwell. I don't know.
Yeah, I just pictured someone bedridden.
Me. I could have played her.
In a coma.
I would have played her so well.
I think she'll do a great job. I think it's a good casting, but
we'll have to go see it at the theater.
Yeah, 10 a.m.
10 a.m. baby.
I'm interested to see who they're going to cast for everybody else.
Yeah. Me, and I'm like, who? Who even else? I know there's the husband and then the girl.
Mm-hmm.
What's the girl's name?
They have kids.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I think there's 2 kids. And then just like they had like a couple friends. I don't know. It won't be a big cast.
Yeah, it's a really good book. If you guys haven't read it, highly recommend.
Yeah. Like for the most part, it all takes place like in the house. I feel like the only thing is like the flashbacks really from Verity's perspective. And that's all just going to be porn.
Literally.
So lucky us.
Yeah, I wonder how that'll go across the screen.
Yeah, lots of titties.
A lot of titties.
Little titty twos. Okay, well, am I?
Yeah. Are you? I don't know. How's the battery over there?
91 minutes. The battery is on one little guy left.
Well, if that dies, we'll just use the wide for the rest.
Yeah.
Hold on, sorry. I screenshotted them, and then I screenshotted a million things from Instagram to read on Good Influences. Okay. Am I the asshole for filing a criminal trespass on a man who technically did nothing wrong? I, 38 female, work for a small local nonprofit. I am the only employee in the office. A while back, I broke my foot and have only recently been released to full weight bearing while wearing my boot. Last week, I had an older man, about 70, come into the office asking about volunteering. I explained to him about our community service projects, and our next volunteer orientation required training and background checks. About an hour later, he left, and I figured I wouldn't see him again until next week at the orientation. The next morning, he came back. He began the conversation in the same way as before, but quickly steered in a much more personal direction. As politely as I could, I turned him down, but he remained persistent. Up to this point, he had remained on the other side of the window that separated me from the lobby. After turning down his offer, he came into my office and handed a card with his name and number. He stayed in my office, blocking me from the only way out. Not that I could escape if I wanted to, as I can hardly walk at the moment. Finally, I told him I needed to leave because I had an early lunch meeting, and then proceeded to shut down the computer to show him I was serious. He finally took the hint and left. It was still technically an hour before my lunch, but I could see him standing across the street at the apartments watching. I ended up going to lunch early. I called the chairman of our board and explained what happened. He told me I could take the afternoon off and gave me his blessing to call the local PD and request they come by the office a few times over the next few weeks to check on me. I called the PD non-emergency line. What?
Like, I would just call and like file a complaint. Come check on me?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe be like, nothing's happened yet? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Like, what?
I called the non-emergency line with my request and explained the situation. Immediately after, I told them the man's name. They put me in contact with the Immediately after I told them the man's name, they put me in contact with the sergeant. And before I could tell the sergeant anything at all, he asked me if I was calling to press harassment charges also. I had not called with the intention of filing anything and explained everything to the sergeant. He agreed I did not have enough for harassment charges. I asked if a patrol car stopped by a few times the next week. He said that would not be a problem. Then he asked me if I wanted to file a criminal trespass charge. When I hesitated, he explained that with that, the man could be arrested if he came onto the property again. He asked me once if I wanted to he asked me once again if I wanted to file it. The way he asked me, it seemed more like a suggestion than a question. I agreed to a filing ACT, and the sergeant told me he would inform the man, and all I need to do is call if he shows back up to the office. So am I the asshole for filing a criminal trespass on the man who gave me the creeps, but technically had done nothing wrong? Edit. I also... let me see if I want to read this yet. Okay, yeah, that's it.
This is a lot.
Yeah. So basically, it's just a girl who works at like a small place. She's the only one who works there, and this guy came up and like kind of was being a little weird.
So he's like old?
Yeah, like an older man, I believe. Yeah.
I mean, I do think we're at like a time where
70.
Like so many scary things are happening, and like even when women like do everything they can to try to protect themselves, like it's not working.
Yeah.
However, I don't know. Like I literally have no idea.
I think it would depend on like the vibe I was getting.
Yeah.
Because I do think it's weird. He asked about volunteering, which I think is sweet, can come from a sweet angle of like you're an old man looking to volunteer, but then he came back and like went behind the glass to like go to her office. I think is a little weird.
Yeah.
But I think it's fine to file it. Well, I don't know, because then it's like he could be so innocent.
And like did she specifically say like never come back here?
No.
Because then he's just gonna. What if he just comes one day?
Well, this police said they'll let him know.
Oh, okay.
And then all she has to do is call the police if he ever shows back up.
Oh well.
But imagine if you were just like looking to volunteer somewhere and you didn't realize you were kind of overstepping, and then you get a call from the police.
I know.
That are like, you have a, you know.
I know. I don't know. I literally have no idea.
Let me see. She has more information. I didn't read all of it right now, but.
How old did you say she was?
38. And he's 70.
She must have got a really bad vibe.
I'll keep...
Like, think about it. If you could do that to your fucking guy at Rite Aid, you would, probably.
Well, yeah.
So I'm like...
Yeah, but that was like hardcore flirting. Like, that was like inappropriate.
Maybe she took it as that too, you know?
Maybe.
She was like...
Is
there a party going on?
Yeah, sounds like
I think
it.
so. It looks
Who
like...
let the dogs out? Did you know there's like a really good documentary on that, actually?
I see Timmy.
On the Baja Men.
Is there?
Yeah, apparently like that song specifically was like...
Timmy, shut the
Well, actually, I don't want to say because I'll probably get it wrong, but I'll say what I think happened because someone just like mentioned it the other day. Apparently that song, Who Let the Dogs Out, didn't like had so many samples of like really, really old songs, and they kept getting like all these hits with like legal shit. I don't know, but it's just funny because it's like that song out of all songs, just who
Yeah.
who let the dogs out? It's so stupid.
Someone let them out.
Someone let them out. And they're barking. I don't know if you can hear it here.
I wonder
But
why Morgan is still here. Oh my god, it's only 4:30.
what time do you think it was?
It is pitch black out.
No, I can see that, so I can tell it's still a
it
little
looks
bit light.
so dark over here. The sun is down. The sun is set.
It's time for bed.
I thought it was like 6.
It's time for bed.
I'll be honest. I want to light a fire.
Yeah.
Okay. Stop.
I don't
please.
think you can hear in this.
Okay. Am I the asshole Thanksgiving dinner? Am I the asshole? My daughter, 35, and her husband, 36, have chosen a polyamorous lifestyle. My husband and I have come to terms with this in order to have them in our lives. This wasn't easy at first. We love both of them very much. I invited the two of them to dinner and football on Thanksgiving. However, my daughter said she would not come if she could not bring her other partner as well. This is more than my sweet husband can really deal with, and we said no. Am I the asshole for feeling like our home is team husband and not team whoever it is now? This past year, there have been several. For context, we are in our 60s, have been together for 30 plus years, and consider ourselves pretty liberal. This, however, has been an eye-opener.
Okay. So that's a problem. So the only problem...
He just goes, get in the house.
Dad move. So the problem is this is too much for me to like have another partner of yours come over.
Yeah.
Like, I understand as older parents, it might be a little weird, but I think it's also like if you're going to accept it, then you got to completely accept it.
Yeah, I'm also just like, if it's just, like, I don't know why they're like, we're team husband. It's like, okay, well, team husband is also team poly.
Yeah.
It's not like he's like, oh, she's choosing them over me. It's like, no, they are all together in a poly relationship.
Yeah.
I think you just have to be like, okay, this is their life. It's fucking, you might think it's fucking weird and you might be uncomfortable, but who knows?
You gotta, I mean, they're your kids.
You know who else felt that way? Janelle's mom. And then she became a sister wife.
Janelle's mom?
Yeah.
And then she became a sister wife?
Yeah, to Cody's dad.
Oh my God, that's right. It's, the lore is just, it's just crazy.
Yeah, she was like, this is weird. Her whole family shunned her pretty much. And then her mom was like, I'm going to like come see what this is like for you. And then she was like, wait, I want to be a sister wife. And
that's so I'd be like, you know, you had your chance, bitch. Oh, you want to be one now that I am?
It was like really interesting watching the dynamic between the older sister wives when they like went to visit the family.
Like what?
Like Janelle's mom and Cody's mom, like being sister wives. It was interesting. Yeah. So I was like, honestly, like when you're old, it's probably nicer.
No,
like,
for real. Like I'll do that when I'm older.
You just have a friend.
Yeah, I'll do that when I'm old.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think that, and now your daughter, you're probably gonna like mess up your relationship with her.
Yeah, and it's like
she's gonna be like, we're not welcome.
If this is the case, you're gonna make them like hide half of their life from you, and it's like you don't want that either.
Or they won't even hide it. They'll just be like, okay, I'm not coming to this holiday. I'm not coming
or just
to that holiday.
Like acting like that's not happening. It's like when parents have like a gay son and they're just like not that accepting of it. They're like, I don't want you to be dating anyone around in our house. It's like, well, that's not how that works. Like you got to accept me or you don't. And but maybe they'll come around. I think they seem pretty liberal. Hopefully.
They're like, we're pretty liberal, but this is
this is fucking insane.
I know. I get it. Like, especially if you've never met this person and then you're like, wait, I have to like see the three of you at dinner. How does this work?
No, I get it. Like if you and TJ were like, we're polyamorous now and like we want you to meet, like let's get dinner. I'd be like, this is so weird.
Yeah.
But you know, I wouldn't be all against it, I guess.
No.
I think it's weird to be like really against it in this like era.
I'm just like, who the fuck cares?
Literally, who cares what anyone does?
I think it's interesting because I'm like, I could never.
Me
like,
too.
Even watching Sister Wives, I'm like, first of all, they all hate it. They're all like, we love being sister wives, and then like 10 seasons later, it's like we've hated each other since the very beginning. Actually, now we need to do extensive therapy.
What season are you on?
10. We haven't watched any this week.
Oh my God.
I know it's been.
Okay.
It's been tough. Well, it was like too Bravo filled, and then TJ's so busy, and I'm so busy. So we just like haven't had any time. So hopefully this
making that calendar just packed.
Yeah.
Packing
You've just been thinking about that the whole episode.
Yeah, no, you said busy and then I thought about it.
Oh, yeah.
What else was I gonna say? I don't know. Happy Thanksgiving. Eat a lot and
gobble,
bitch. Ah! I wonder if like, are you gonna like go try to shop for Black Friday? Anything?
Go shop?
Like some people just go out and just like for the memes. No. I like it. I think it feels like the holiday.
Thanksgiving on Black Friday.
Oh, that's true. So I mean, we probably won't.
If it was in your calendar, you probably would have never.
No, because I know that we're doing it the day after.
Never brought that up.
I show up on Thanksgiving. How's the rain?
It changes every day.
Okay.
So now it's only showing though. I think Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, tomorrow. Now it's on the calendar for tomorrow.
Uh-oh. I better check.
1 p.m.
I add weather. I do everything to make you mad. I just like add weather to each calendar date, like what the temperature's gonna be.
Oh, I would love that.
They've got to have one on that you could like pay for, or like an app. Are you more of like
I
physical?
I don't really understand what you mean.
Like
if I'm going on vacation somewhere and I'm making my like sheet of like travel day, I'll be like, okay, Monday, this date, this is what the weather says it's gonna be.
No, I know that, but I just mean like a normal week of just like podcasting and like going somewhere and driving, getting Botox, I don't know, and like, is that you put the weather in there?
No, I don't put the weather in there, but I definitely look at the weather.
But what I was saying is I'm sure that there's a calendar app on the iPhone that like when the weather becomes available like a week or two in advance. Maybe the weather is on each day.
Probably.
Not that this matters whatsoever.
I bet they do have
I'm
that.
just saying.
I bet that exists. It says it's gonna be 69 for like 4 days in a row. What does yours say?
What?
Oh, Tuesday, the rain changed to 70%. That's the highest I've seen. That's actually kind of perfect because that's when I'm supposed to go to the museum.
60% for
So
me.
70 for me.
And then tomorrow 40%.
45 for me.
Are you guys loving this specific talk about the weather?
Okay, Matt.
I know, I'm literally mad. Oh my God, excuse me.
Hiccup. Yeah, it
Sorry.
says Thanksgiving. It just has a little cloud.
All right. Well, again, thank you for watching. Thank you for
Friday's
listening.
chance 0%, right? As of right now.
Oh, good.
As of Friday, the 22nd.
It better not.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll see you next week. Bye, y'all.
Also, if you're bored over the holidays, we have tons of Patreon episodes up. So make sure that you're part of our little gang.
Patreon.com/onlyfriends. You can watch every single episode we've ever uploaded if you're on that tier. So
yeah.
How exciting. Bye.
Bye.